Well, Australia is mandating age verification before internet usage. The heck does that mean? Anyways, we were watching Her Take, and we're going to go ahead and let them introduce this topic.
Yes.
To Australia, often dubbed the test kitchen of the world, just finalized a law that will require users to verify their age or identity before using search engines like Google and Bing. So this mandate rolls out December 27th, 2025, and it applies to anyone logged into a search account with enforcement backed by massive fines. Up to 50 million Australian dollars per breach. So is the goal to protect kids or like blow online anonymity? How's this going to work?
Spy on citizens.
Yeah.
Australia wants to spy on their citizens. Maybe not. Anyways, they provided an
Maybe not.
article.
This is definitely yes.
We're making a drastic assumption, and this is certainly what it seems like. If not, it's a tyranny. This is
like-
all tyrannical.
Oh
They
my-
want full control.
It's not an assumption. This is they for sure want to spy. Sorry, go ahead. Continue.
Anywho's, on Her Take, they provided they didn't provide the article, but I saw it on the little screen that they showed, and so let's pull that up.
Okay.
Right? It's a long article, so we're
Here's
not
the
going to read you the
article.
whole thing. But we're going to give you the highlights of what we thought was most important, all right?
If you want to read
Cool.
the full thing, it will be linked down below.
Yes, it will. At the end of June, Australia decided that they're going to force companies, Google and Microsoft, to do age verification on all users.
Google and Microsoft. Interesting.
Yeah, Google and Microsoft, right?
Oh, Bing.
If they don't, they will be fined $50 million per breach, whatever per breach means.
Yeah, what is
Right,
that?
so at first I was like, oh my gosh, these guys are being forced against their will. They got an ethical situation on their hands and they failed. And Daydreamer was like, oh no, dude, they totally want to collect that data.
Yeah, so Satirius was thinking that Google was fighting. I highly doubt it. Google probably just was like, all right, sounds good.
But here's the difference though. Now Google is being told they have to do that, right? And let's say they slip even just a little bit, they're going to be fined $50 million. So even as someone who loves to collect data, you don't think an ultimatum like that is like, what the heck am I signing up for? That's so frustrating. Like, regardless if they love collecting data, they're doing this now against their will. They have no other option.
Sure, I don't
And that's
know.
the frustrating part to me, though.
I really wish they just pulled out of Australia and be done with it. That
Because
would
if
be
the
the actual
headline-
ethical thing to do. Is for them to pull out of Australia and be like, okay,
I agree.
we're not doing business.
I agree. Like, no, we're not doing
But they'll
this.
never
Like,
do
no,
that.
you cannot force us to do that because they value collecting data more.
Oh, 100%. Yes.
Maybe, I have no idea, but that's what's frustrating.
I don't
right?
either. I'm just fully based off everything I know. I am making a big a reasonable assumption. I would call it.
I guess. Anywho's, what are they trying to block? Essentially, pornography, high impact violence, material promoting eating disorders, what the heck, and a range of other content. Dude, it's endless. Essentially, at a snap of a finger, Australia can just force any sort
They're
of content control.
censoring the internet.
They're
That's
censoring
crazy.
everything. And as I'm seeing it, based off the next bit we highlighted, this is all under the radar. They are not getting any consensus, any agreement, any vote on the citizens.
Okay.
So essentially, what Australia is doing is says you're going to have to deal with this, and you have no say. Right? That's what's frustrating about it.
Okay, here's the counter argument, because this is what I always hear. Where they're like, you need an ID at a video store. When you used to have to go to a video store to get pornography or whatever,
Yeah.
you would need an ID to buy that. Any sort of adult content, whatever that may be, you need an ID to buy that. That is what the argument is. So we are protecting children by requiring them to present that ID to make sure children can't access these harmful things.
That's a great idea that you brought up, because I agree. I do think, and you're right, I do think we should stop having internet porn on the internet and bring it back to the stores and the videos where someone had to physically go and get the porn, right? Personally, because porn is degrading, porn is destructive, and I do think.
But just any sort of get away from porn. Just
Okay, fine.
You're dirty-minded heathen.
I'm just no. You said porn.
You said porn.
Did it?
I don't know. I was gonna try to gaslight you there, but you caught me, didn't you? No, so okay, but get away from that though. Just any adult content. I don't know what that would be. What else you would filter?
Well, porn is the worst of the adult content. What else?
Okay, high impact violence, material promoting
That's like the
eating
video
disorders.
we just watched.
Right.
I don't think the government has the authority to control that. is what I'm saying.
I agree.
Those discussion questions will come in. Right?
Okay.
Going back on track, they're saying they're doing this under the guise of protecting the kids, right?
Right.
Do you actually think that's true?
No, it's never true. When they no one cares about the kids. They just don't.
So what's the bigger play here then? Right?
Data collection.
Well,
Data
that would be
collection
Google and Microsoft.
and
But what about
controlling
Australia?
of the information. Huh?
So Australia, I think, is just full on controlling. Just controlling. They want to control the citizens. Google and Microsoft, sure, they want the data. But Australia, what's their intent in all of this? Anywho's, if you truly wanted to protect the kids, then you would probably do this in a different manner. A reporter from Sky News presents this pretty ironic situation that goes against this whole protecting the kids idea.
Oh yeah. Here, let me pull it up.
Riddle me this. If this is about protecting children, why, as Senator Matt Canavan discovered today, why isn't Pornhub the biggest pornography platform in the world? Why isn't it included on the list of websites that kids will not be able to?
Right?
What?
Okay, that's hilarious because it makes a good point. But I think I might have a counter. Playing devil's advocate, it's much easier to censor the search engine to make sure that the searches don't appear, versus to go to every pornography website and make them all conform. I think that'd be much more difficult to do. You get me?
Then you could have the
it's not
search
just
engine.
Pornhub. There's plenty of other sites out there. So you'd have to.
I know.
You'd have to make every single site follow these rules, versus you're just making these search engines follow the rules. That's just me playing devil's advocate, though. I don't fully know.
Yeah, that's a good point. Then why not just have the search engines put on, parental controls, right? That exists, and you can then block anything that's associated with that type of language.
Yeah, this goes back to what we always say: we leave the parenting to the parents, not the government.
Agreed, but you don't need age verification for that. So you're going to let them go as far as being able to get to the website, and then at that point, you do age verification.
But you're right. I think it's the control of information. They're starting to get there. They're starting to want to get to the control of information.
Right.
Do you know what documents they need to present?
Yeah. So they essentially, in that same article, you go down way lower, they give you, there's 7 main methods is what they call it.
Okay.
So it's not even, these are methods of discussion. These are the methods that they're going to be utilizing, right?
Okay.
The first one, photo ID checks. Now, there are a lot of websites that you need to present your ID for verification of who you are. Mm-hmm. Right. But those are adult websites. And when you an adult, like if you're going to go into that website, you're signing up for that. Right. But the way that I'm understanding this is that the search engine, even before you do any sort of search, is forcing you to present that ID.
That's this insane. Uh-huh.
Exactly. There's face scanning, age estimation tools. What if you just look young? I mean, that's not like an argument really, but what if you look young?
That's so stupid.
They'll keep you from using it.
See, that's data collection right there. They want something. They
exactly.
want more information.
It's an estimation tool. Like, if you can't guarantee this is going to get my age right, why the hell do you have it?
Well, redundancy, but yeah, I could see a good argument for why you need redundant checks. I think that's. But in the case of the government, I don't trust them. But if I'm playing devil's advocate,
nowhere does it say though that they're doing all of these, right? It seems like these are all potential ways of verifying your age.
Okay.
Right. There's credit card checks, digital ID, vouching by the parent of digital ID.
Yeah.
I don't know. If anything, it's like a digital. I know that Arizona has driver's licenses. Maybe that.
Oh, okay. Move on.
There's vouching by the parent of the young person. That one kind of seems more reasonable. If it's just like a push notification. Using AI to guess a user's age based on the data company already has.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like, what the heck, dude?
Wild.
And then relying on a third party that already has checked the user's age. So like all of this is just data collection. And for what?
That third party one scares me the most. Relying on a third party that's already checked the user's age.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's terrifying because that can be implemented. If it's a third party, that can be implemented across industries. That doesn't just stop at a search engine. That's scary.
And so the database needs, all these databases need to have your actual legitimate information, right? Mm-hmm. In order for this to truly work, right? There still exist workarounds like VPNs. I think if they're not using all these methods, you could probably just use your parents' login. Granted, they don't have like any sort of facial recognition.
The parents probably have to have a lot like a. The parents
Which
already
is
have
crazy,
to do it.
like,
That's crazy.
So everybody has to do it at this point. It's not just for the kids. Everybody's affected by this because a
Right.
kid can just simply circumvent the system by pretending to be their parents
Yeah.
or someone older. I'm heated about this because, and now I don't have like true evidence, but according to her take, 25 states are supposedly drafting up a similar
Oh, here in
form
the
of
U.S.
regulation here in the U.S., dude.
I don't. I like to think that would never happen.
This is not going to stand, America.
Yeah.
We can't allow this to happen.
Okay.
Anyways, some
Right.
closing thoughts on this.
Okay.
If you were the CEO of Google or Microsoft, would you cave to this demand?
Would I cave to this demand?
Yes. Okay,
How
I want to do
much?
it two ways.
Okay, go ahead.
You're an ethical man, right?
Oh,
You-
okay.
You pride yourself on running.
Oh, that changes things a little bit.
You pride yourself on good ethical means of running your business.
Assuming I'm ethical, I pull out. Yeah, for sure.
Easy.
I would
Okay.
say
Now,
no,
assuming you're not ethical,
I'd be like, how much money are you gonna give me? And like that'd be it. That'd just be the money.
all right. You sort of answered this earlier. I agree. There is harmful content out there that should be regulated.
Uh-huh.
But do you think it should be the government regulating this content?
Some stuff, yes, but most stuff, no. This falls under the most stuff.
What would the government regulate though?
In terms of, because you said content. What do you mean by that? On
Anything,
the
right?
internet,
Because
movies.
the way they
So, like,
they
like,
said it.
we don't allow kids to go into R-rated movies. I think that's government regulation. I think that's fine. I think, right? The FCC.
Why is that government regulation?
We don't allow kids who are under 18 to watch rated R movies. Is that not government mandated?
No,
Isn't that the law?
we advise kids to not do that, but parents can still take their kids to go watch an R-rated movie.
Oh, true.
I
But
think, right?
oh, you're right. Okay, what about the FCC?
I don't think they regulate that.
That doesn't allow like nudity on the screen. That's for the kids. That's government regulation for sure. That's not the parents.
For certain time frames, right?
Nudity is
Or is that in
never
general?
allowed, in my opinion. As far as I remember, as far as
In
I
your
know,
knowledge. Oh, okay.
nudity is not
Oh, okay.
allowed on like public stuff, public airways or whatever. Things like
Standard
Netflix are
airways?
different. Yeah, but
Okay.
and like the government doesn't allow you to like flash people in public. That's also government regulation, and that's to protect the kids too. I think
Okay.
that's fine. So that's what I'm saying.
Well,
Some things, yes, like the
I guess
government
not, 'cause
should.
they're not doing it at the pride parades. Sorry.
Right, but that's them not doing their job. But so some
Yeah.
things yes, most things no. Most things should be left up to the parents. We do regulate things, and I am okay with it. And it's on behalf of parents, but for the most part, parents should be in charge.
Anyways, don't let Australia take advantage of us,
Let's
and
spin
don't
the
let
wheel.
those 25 or 27 states do it either.
Let's spin the
Wheel
wheel.
time.